Oh. Oh, God. It smells in here.
Oh, like something died. Oh, God, I hope there aren't any critters in here. Are the lights working? God. What a pile of junk.
The bed's not so bad.
That thing? Ugh. Filthy.
Might bring a couple of hundred, maybe.
Looks like trailer shit to me.
Well, this old trunk might sell. Or maybe that desk.
No, cheap veneer. Oh! Cheap everything. Really? I don't know about this. What exactly was the deal that you made with this man?
Well, I can take anything that I want to resell, but we gotta remove it all.
Sucker. He's just looking for somebody to clean the place out.
Well, yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of embarrassing stuff around here. Has to be gone before they can show the property.
Embarrassing? Like what?
Well, like this.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's an old one.
Oh, look. Here's another. Whole stacks of it.
Oh, my goodness. Right next to the deathbed.
Jesus. Will you look at all these butts?
I know. I know. So this man collected porn, you say?
Collected porn both night and day.
What kind of porn, for heaven's sake?
A bit of everything they make, but mostly of a certain stripe. You know, that old school vintage type. Cowboys in a pair of chaps, muscle men in posing straps, rough trade picked up off the street, dressed to look like trick or treat, tattooed sailors in the buff.
I used to love that kind of stuff. Just what gay man has not adored? A gladiator posed with sword, some fireman holding up his hose.
A football team without their clothes.
There's black on white and black and white.
Some color too that's not quite right. Construction workers with their belts, hard hats, boots, and nothing else.
Marlon Brando lookalikes, naked on their motorbike.
A farm boy under stalks of corn.
I love myself some vintage porn.
So you see, all of this has to go.
You mean throw it all away? Chris, I think some of this stuff might actually be quite collectible. It seems I recall seeing some guy on eBay who sells them.
I doubt there's much of a market for it these days. Too much bush.
Kids these days, ruining everything with your damn razors.
There's porn in the dressers and under the bed. It's all through the house and stacked up in the shed. It's up in the attic, infested with bugs. It's stuffed in the closets and under the rugs. There's porn put away where nobody would think. It's stashed in the kitchen, up under the sink. If you look in a trunk or just open a box, it's here in this drawer underneath all these socks. There's porn everywhere that you happen to look. See it fall to the floor when you open a book. There's a stack on the porch. It's piled in the halls. Apparently porn's all that holds up these walls.
Well, what an interesting little adventure you've dragged me into, Christina. Although it seems to me to be a rather morbid way to make a buck. Oh, God, look. You can actually see the dent in the bed where the man lay dying. Probably masturbated himself to death.
No, can't be done.
Hey, Miss Lily, have you seen all these mammies? Miss Lily. Miss Lily. Miss Lily, are you smoking? I told you no smoking in here.
Well, why not?
Well, the place is a tinderbox. Do you want to burn the whole place down?
Is there anything more self-righteous than a goddamn reform smoker? I hate quitters. So, when did you become so anal? And she showed such promise, my little sister. The first one in her family to work her way through college. Oh, she had everything going for her. Looks, brains. And to hear her tell it, a big dig. Anyway, now.
Now she sells recycled furniture down at the flea market. Is that such a disgrace?
But you don't even sell collectibles anymore. Just junk. Cheap desks and chairs made
I'll
of
leave
plywood
all
and-
of that elegant shit for you to peddle, Miss Lily. I mean, not that you ever sell anything. The market's dried up for antiques.
Oh, you don't have to tell me how bourgeois our clientele has been down at the market of late. You know, it's symptomatic of the decline in taste in all things. I don't know why I should think it would be any different down at that dump. Consequently, I don't know if your investment in this morbid devotion for me is going to pay off for you in the end. By the time you hope to inherit my priceless collection of old Chippendales and Louis XIV, I doubt there's even going to be a market for it.
Well, don't you worry about that. Sure, I'll be able to unload it somewhere. Just don't be too long about it.
Well, give me some credit. I've been trying my damnedest. Alcohol, tobacco, diabetes, a triple threat. But so far, no success.
Oh, well, you've made some progress, I suppose. I was almost certain you were going to manage it last winter.
Me too. But no, they just cut off a few more toes and I go on.
With only a slightly noticeable limp.
Only in heels, my dear. You know, surprisingly, it turned out one doesn't even really need toes. See?
Oh!
Oh.
Your victory. Your victory over the dark.
Help me plant the cucumber, Sam. They were his favorite.
Come on, get up.
Oh.
We're not getting anything done here.
Oh.
Now, where did we put the trash bags?
Trash bags? You're not actually thinking of throwing this all away, are you?
That's why we're here, darling.
No! No, this is an extraordinary archive. A spectacular collection of
Porn? That's the word you're looking for, isn't it?
dreams, fantasies.
Worthless. Nobody even does magazines anymore.
Oh, no. This is invaluable. And a historic treasure trove right here. Oh, these would sell like crazy down at the market, Christina. And I'm sure you could get a much better price for it than any of this shit furniture.
Are you out of your mind? Not only would it probably be illegal, it would be a scandal. They would boot me out of there tarred and feathered.
Well, I'm sure I don't see why. It's no worse than some of the other god-awful crap I've seen them peddling at that place. There's a guy who just sells mammies. All he sells are mammies at the market. The place, I think, is just called Sammy's. Yeah, Sammy's House of Mammies at the market. He's got mammies eating melon or cooking up some greens. He makes a living selling his mammy figurines, salt and pepper shakers, punch bowls and tureens. He's got a lot of takers for dishes that have scenes of mammies. And everywhere you look are mammies. And no one gives a damn that Sammy's should sell his mammies at all. And there's a guy who just sells bullets. Bullets by the buttload at the market. And you would not believe the mullets on those bubbas selling bullets at the market. They think an Armageddon could happen any day, that Sharia law is spreading to the hick towns where they stay. They thought Barack Obama would cut off their supply, that Bubba Gunorama lets anybody buy their bullets. God only knows how many bullets, despite that hicks who still have mullets should not have bullets at all. So why not bring all of this second-hand porn out to the market on some fine Sunday morn? Display it on the hood of your pickup truck. Everybody's there like you to make a fast buck. Oh, you'll never make rent selling tchotchkes and crap. This big stash of porn's falling right in your lap. If Baba sells his bullets and nobody turns green, who are they to tell you that your porn is obscene? And mammies, everywhere you look are mammies. And no one gives a damn that Sammy's should sell his mammies at all.
It would never do. I actually have something of a reputation to maintain there. They don't even know I'm gay.
Oh, yes. A 35-year-old unmarried man selling Fiesta wear. Nope, nothing going on here.
No, really, they're clueless.
Darling, you are the clueless one. And what you don't seem to understand, existing in the vacuum of your little gay bubble, is that nobody out there even gives a damn anymore. We've won.
Well, maybe in your make-believe world, but in my Raleigh, North Carolina, news of the surrender hasn't quite reached our little flea market.
Help Mama up. Oh. Well, I don't suppose I can deny that they do seem to exist in some sort of alternate universe. But fuck 'em. So why not bring all of this second-hand porn down to the market on a fine Sunday morn? Display it on the hood of your pickup truck. It's high time my sister had a good piece of luck. Oh, you'll never make rent selling tchotchkes and crap. Your trade in old porn will put your name on the map.
Can smut as old as this still be regarded as fresh?
There's still a lot of wear left in this long-deceased flesh.
And mammies, everywhere you look are mammies. And no one gives a damn that Sammy's should sell his mammies at all.
All right then, all right. First we have to separate it from all of this, what is it? Personal photos, letters, bills. I certainly don't have any room for all this miscellaneous junk.
No biggie.
Why don't you begin by going through this drawer? Appears to be full of shit.
Oh. I suspect there might be some choice nuggets in here as well. For instance.
Oh, those look like those, what were those called?
American Athletic Guild. From like the 40s and 50s? Oh, they had a magazine that you could send away for private sets of photos of your favorite models, if you dared. I had some. Years back. Oh, these must be very rare and collectible to someone.
It is really stuffy in here, isn't it?
Well, it's that time of year. You know, I remember as a kid waiting for the school bus, just freezing in my coat. But then by midday, running about in my shirt sleeves on the playground. But then by the time I got home, it was wintertime all over again.
Well, if this is noon, I suppose we begin by sorting through this old trunk. Place the items of interest in here, and the rest of it can just go in the trash pile.
But still, you know, I can't help but feel as though we're like a couple of buzzards just picking off the choice morsels of this man's life.
An old book of matches from a Myrtle Beach bar. What looks like some knob from a late model car. Some lifesaver candy, a tortoise shell comb. This Polaroid picture of somebody's home. And another.
A penny, some stamps, and a couple of screws. Some AA batteries I could still use.
Some more photographs of somebody's backyard. Some unopened junk mail, this old birthday card. Love, Mother.
Apparently, the man had a mother. No matter the years or the distance from home, a mother goes with you wherever you roam. Love, Mother.
There's just no escaping it, is there?
What?
One's mother. And the angst that goes along with it.
Good grief, Chris. That again? How old are you now? 35 or something? Don't you think you maybe ought to forgive your mother for whatever it is?
Some stray paper clips and more pencils and pens.
Paper clips.
Some postcards from various holiday inns. Men's garters, the type that go over the calf.
Oh, let me see those.
Some boy and a girl in an old photograph.
His sister.
Perhaps.
A bottle of aspirin, generic, I guess. A king and a queen from an old game of chess.
This old boutonniere, or what's left of a rose. It's wrapped in black ribbon. His mom, I suppose. Must have missed her.
It's pinned to the program of her funeral, 1978. Call not back the dear departed, anchored safe where storms are o'er. On the borderland we left them, soon to meet and part no more. When we leave this world of changes, when we leave this world of care, we shall find our missing loved ones in our Father's mansion fair. Isn't that lovely in its way?
Typical religious nonsense.
Well, perhaps. But I suppose it's as useful as anything else when one must encounter the inevitable.
Well, I'm certain that when the tea comes, I'll manage just fine. After all, I don't know that I'll necessarily detect that much of a difference.
Anyway, I'm sure she loves you. Mothers do that sort of thing without fail.
Oh, she loves me. She just doesn't love anything that I am. Says she loves me, though there's nothing about me that she gives a damn. Can a person be loved when you're asked to conceal everything that you are, what you think or you feel? Oh, it's something like love, but it hardly seems real. Not from here yet, she loves me, though she never inquires of a thing that I do. Says she loves me, yet the subject is changed if I've met someone new. And it's hard to call love unconditional when it's all love for the sinner and none for the sin, and just where one might end and the other begin is unclear. And yet why is it me who is asked to forgive. Be the one who it all rises above. Be the one who's admonished to live and let live and provide unconditional love. So she loves me. Still there's one thing I'm curious of. If she loves me, one wonders what is there to love when there's nothing left of me to love.
You know, you really should perhaps consider taking up some sort of creative pursuit. With your myriad of raw grievances, you might could be having a most extraordinary artistic career.
I'm so tragic.
Tragic. But you know, comedy is really the only medium that could adequately express it all. That or maybe macrame?
No. Apparently I'm no good at knots. All of my victims keep escaping.
Well, you just have not found the right bottom.
Like you, I suppose.
You could not handle it. But you really should learn how to channel all of that fabulous pain. Laugh at it. I do.
Oh, I've got a mother who is wondrous wise. Thinks if she's a bitch that I'll stop liking guys. Oh, she's crazy that way. When I was a teen, she went and locked me away. Said I'll come back and get him when he's no longer gay. Oh, she's crazy that way. For Christmas she gave me a baseball and bat. You know that crazy woman thought I'd settle for that. The day after Christmas took it back and got cash. Bought a cast recording of a great Broadway smash.
I think it was Merman in Gypsy. Well, anyway.
Sent me to some boys' camp where they pray it away. I still whack off to those sweet memories today. Oh, she's crazy that way. She got all excited when I went to the prom. Had no idea my date that night was named Tom. Oh, she's crazy that way. Said if I don't reform, she'll commit suicide. Said hope you'll have better luck than me when I tried. Oh, she's crazy that way. She took my allowance away out of spite. Found myself a sugar daddy later that night. The following morning, this gay birdie had flown. Left her there with Jesus to stew on her own. It got better. The years have gone by, and I guess there's a truce. I'll drop by at Christmas for my annual abuse. Oh, I'm crazy that way. Yeah, we're crazy that way.
You know what I think I miss most of all? It's how people used to go around calling each other Mary all the time. The way that used to just say, fuck you to everything. What are you doing?
What? I'm finishing up the noon hour and trying to take out this trash. Do you plan on helping, or are you just going to stand around bitching all day?
Time waits for no one.
It's funny.
Time, Alan. Did you ever stop to think about time? It goes, Alan. The business of time. Tick, tick, tick. Before you know it, it's gone. Then where are we, my friend?
High and dry.
You're getting rather good at that, you know. Keeping up with me.
Well, I suppose I ought to be by now. As many times as I've had to watch the damn thing at your place, it's always that, or Streetcar Named Desire, or what's the other one? Mrs. Stone Goes to Rome.
Oh, Mrs. Stone Goes to Rome? You're hopeless. It's the Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone.
Well, at least that one's in color.
When I am no longer desired for myself, I would just as soon not be desired at all.
Right. Always about some old broad that can't get laid anymore.
Oh, I can relate. Because, like them, I also had the misfortune of being drop-dead gorgeous when I was young. That's right. I could walk into any bar, pick out the most beautiful man there, and that's who I would have. Beauty like that, it's really a curse, because you take love for granted. You let them get away. Before you know it, it's all flown away from you.
Oh no. Are there any warning signs I should be aware of?
Oh, I don't know that I would let yourself worry too much about it. After all, it's really only a problem for those of us who were truly beautiful. People such as yourselves, who have always been rather unremarkable in this respect, don't feel it nearly so keenly, if at all.
Ha ha, very funny.
No, nothing ever changes for the likes of you. The secret, my dear, is in cultivating oneself, exposing yourself to art and music, caring for it, finding out why it matters.
How lucky I've been to have you in my life, cramming all that shit down my throat.
My little Galatea. Or Frankenstein. Still, there's more to life than just those little Craigslist twinks you so dote on. Have you never thought about what you're going to have when your impoverished store of looks are all used up? When nobody wants you anymore?
No?
What is that like, Miss Lily?
Well, if you've invested nothing in your personal growth as a human being, never read Plato, never devoted yourself to Beethoven's Ninth, never ordered oysters Rockefeller at Antoine's, well, I suppose you might look forward to another 30 or 40 vacant years collecting porn like our friend here. I mean, where are the man's books? Oh! Oh! I mean, the evidence of anything beyond this man's simple carnal desires. I mean, don't you feel sort of revolted by it all? Well, not so much the porn, but just the shallow nothingness of it. Oh, Stella, my sister, don't hang back with the brutes.
the advice, Blanche, but you're a bit too late. A certain streetcar refused to wait. I don't suppose it can be denied. Seems I've surrendered to my darker side. It all began when I took a ride on that streetcar named Desire. So many things I had yet untried. The world said no, and I of course complied. But then those doors seemed to open wide to that streetcar named Desire. It made a stop down by the cemeteries where my delusions were interred. And I was somewhere on Elysian fields when that heavenly rapture occurred. Oh, I used to have something quaint called pride. The cause of death was ruled a suicide. It seems I'm destined to always ride on that streetcar named Desire. As it rattled past those cemeteries, I heard a funeral parade. Then it was somewhere by Elysian fields that Dixieland jazz band played. So it seems I've crossed o'er that great divide. Something smells here like it might have died. Well, that sometimes happens when you take a ride on that streetcar named Desire.
Aha! Oh, look, this must be him.
What?
Oh, it's a mugshot. Same name was on all this mail. Oh, arrested for... Oh, that figures. A peeping Tom.
Wait. I know this guy. Yeah, much younger here, but it's the same guy. This old queen used to always be down at the river.
The river? Oh, your big cruising spot.
Yeah. This old queen was always up on the rocks, and she had her favorite spot where she could look down on all of us with her binoculars.
Oh, you mean these?
Oh my God, girl. If these binoculars could talk. It's creepy.
For what? Dreaming of the things that you were actually doing?
So much creepier to just observe, don't you think?
I've always done some of my best work in front of an audience. Poor old fart. Such a pity that a man's sexual desires extends beyond what's practical, leaving a man stranded that way.
I can't believe I knew this guy.
Well, I can. After all, he was traveling on that same streetcar. He just never got off. I'm sure you've heard of Dame Blanche Dubois. Your story's more or less the same, n'est-ce pas? She came to town with the Mardi Gras on that streetcar named Desire. Oh, she was fond of strangers and fond of drink. And on occasion she was known to stink, but one seldom finds a working sink on a streetcar named Desire. While Blanche imagined she could hear Tchaikovsky from a Bourbon Street saloon. Her sister's Polak husband, Stan Kowalski, was in fact a big baboon. Oh, he had his way with her late one night, but in the morning couldn't bear the sight of Blanche Dubois in the naked light on that streetcar named Desire.
Kicked her out, did he?
On her ass. But there's more, poor thing. She was once the belle of Opelousas till some chocolate from Slidell took her to his place on Tchoupitoulas, and she fell beneath his spell. When they picked her up off Decatur Street, could hardly stand up on her own 2 feet. How kind the strangers Dame Blanche would meet on that street car named Desire.
You might want to take your own advice, you know. Well, there are plenty of boys out there who... have daddy issues of one kind or another. You just need to hunt one down who is exceptionally maladjusted.
Why do you think I lavished so much attention on you? To mold you into my ideal. Little good it's done me.
Well, don't give up on your dreams, no matter how outlandish. I'm sure your second act's bound to begin any day now.
There are no second acts in gay life! Hardly a first act for that matter. It's all prologue and little else. After the glamour of coming out, the story stopped being celebrated. Or haven't you noticed? No wonder. Just look at the remains of your friend here. I can easily guess of what his second act consisted. Wonder what he died from anyway. I mean, other than starvation of the soul.
Isn't it obvious? Your answer's in there, in all the overflowing ashtrays.
Oh, the cheapest brand, too. What a wretched way to go.
This should be a warning to you, Miss Lily.
Oh, get over it, Miss Thing. You know, persons who don't smoke have also been known to die on occasion. My sister never smoked a damn cigarette in her entire life. Well, no one ever lived a cleaner life. Never even drank, the poor girl, other than perhaps a glass of champagne at New Year. And dead at 43. Fucking breast cancer. And if anybody should have died at 43, you would have thought it might have been me. And this was back during the height of the fucking AIDS epidemic, mind you. Yet, her besotted, chain-smoking whore of a brother lives on.
Well, I'm terribly sorry about your sister, Miss Lily. And I don't want to add to your survivor guilt and all. But with all of your smoking, the poor girl exposed to all that secondhand smoke.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Didn't I just tell you what a saint-like, virtuous, and wholesome life she lived? Consequently, I could hardly bear to be anywhere around her. And besides, here I am, inhaling all of this concentrated smoke directly into my lungs, day in and day out. And I'm supposed to believe that this highly diluted smoke drifting ever so pleasantly about is somehow the equivalent to smoking? Oh, it's utterly ridiculous.
Darling, the science is there.
Oh, yes, the science. Your unquestioned faith in the holy writ of science.
Well, if nothing else, it is terribly unpleasant, your cigarette smoke. It is something of an intrusion upon one's right to breathe fresh air.
Oh, God. By the time your crowd is finished banning everything in life that annoys you, life will be lived entirely in little sanitized, clean rooms. Typical. All the controlling persons of the world no longer permitted to assert their irresistible impulse on black people or gay people or women or what have you, have grasped upon this unassailable issue of health. And before you knew it, you couldn't even ride a bike without a helmet, screw without a condom, or enjoy a fucking cigarette afterward.
Outside! I've told you, no smoking in there! Mother of God. I cannot believe someone would go through so much trouble to defend smoking a goddamn cigarette when they are so obviously killing you. I have seen the shortness of breath and the fits of coughing and all of that black shit you keep hacking up. Why?
Oh, I don't know. It's this whole depressing adventure you've taken me on. It hits a little close to home, I suppose. Truth is, they are so catching up to me. I admit it. I don't even know if I smoke that much for pleasure anymore. I admit it. I smoke because I'm fucking addicted. There, I said it. Are you happy now?
I could be. Were you to focus some of that resentment towards the conspiracy of greed that initially addicted you to this habit?
Well, I am. But for some reason, I'm even angrier at those that have made me their convenient pariah. I've always despised a lot of holier-than-thou, tight-ass descendants of Puritans telling me what to do, how to live my life.
You're insufferable, I know.
And you know what? I suppose they're right. If they don't smoke, I concede that they may very well tack on a couple of miserably demented, impoverished, sexless years onto their boring, cautious lives. But for me, I would so much rather live well than to merely live long. Oh, I know a girl with a ridiculous plan. Her sole goal in life's to live as long as she can. She dreams not of children or the love of a man. No, her life's been reduced to a bowl full of bran.
Are you gonna sing that song? Really?
Oh, do you know it?
Don't you think I ought to? I've had to hear you sing that song at that damn piano bar every Sunday night for the last 17 years.
Only now, thanks to their enlightened new non-smoking policy, I have to sing it outside on the fucking sidewalk. The girl won't have dairy, it comes from a cow. They're unsanitary, she reckons somehow. She's so damn contrary, and all she eats now is bran. Just bran.
Whatever that you do, don't offer her ham. She toured Honolulu and wouldn't eat Spam. In truth, there are few who their faces can cram with bran. Just bran.
When she went off to Paris, she made such a scene, insulting the waiters and all their cuisine. She told them politely, though firm as one can, take it back to the kitchen and bring me a pan of bran. And though in France she caused a riot, that girl would not go off her diet. She believes in bran. Do you remember the second verse?
How did it go?
She turned down the pasta in a Roman cafe.
Oh yeah, demanded Valdosta take their onions away. And how she'll pass gas the whole night and the day from Bran, just Bran. She's not welcome in China, she spat on their rice.
And whilst in Alaska, she shat on their ice.
It's
painfully clear why the woman's not nice.
It's Bran, just Bran. She went to New Orleans and laughed at their grits, and no one threw beads when she showed them her tits.
It got even worse dining out in Japan. She sent back their sushi and opened a can of bran. The chef committed harakiri, and yet of bran she'll never weary. She believes in bran.
Oh, do you remember this?
You can still do that?
Well, it was easier when I had toes. Fancy.
I have to piss.
Hope the water's working.
In London, her malice was uncommonly keen. Had tea at the palace and offended the queen, insisting her chalice be filled with saline and bran, just bran.
In Boston, she couldn't care less for their beans. In Georgia, she wouldn't say yes to their greens. Yet still, though she shouldn't, she filled their latrines with bran, just bran.
She believes in her bran like a pilgrim to Lord, whereby even the virgin could not be endured. Her belches and farts are anathema to man, but that woman's determined as long as she can, through bran, to live forever like a peasant. Her whole existence so unpleasant, yet she believes in bran. That woman believes in bran.
Here's a stack of toilet. This is all new stuff.
I know. Miracle. Things are looking up.
This goes directly into the trash pile.
What?
This has no historical value.
Beg your pardon. I'll start my own personal pile if you don't mind. I think I've seen enough black and white, uncut and unshaven artifacts this afternoon to last me a lifetime. Finally, some recognizable life forms.
Since when was plastic a life form? These don't even look like men anymore. They're like those hideous cats that have been bred to no longer have fur. Creepy.
It's called manscaping, grandmother. Hadn't anyone ever heard of a razor blade back in your day?
I wish someone could explain to me this pedophile compulsion your generation has for taking a perfectly good man and insisting that he go around plucked like some sort of supermarket chicken.
I just like them smooth.
Smooth is fine if that's how nature made them, but this is something else. Some pornographer's fetish marketed to gullible consumers like yourself.
Do you have to find some sort of a conspiracy in everything? No, I just like them smooth, darling. It turns me on. You know, a little strategic plucking might not do you any harm.
Oh, make any difference where you're concerned.
Well, I'm sure I don't know why this should bother you so much.
Because it's utterly inane. Everybody getting these orders from on high and then acquiescing en masse. Doesn't anybody think for themselves anymore?
Has nothing to do with thinking. It's just
I like them smooth, like, well, let's say a baby's bottom, as bare as trees of leaves in autumn. That's how they've got to be. I want them smooth, skin like a Polynesian stripper. Or what's that fish's name? Yeah, Flipper.
Brother.
And that's the guy for me. If he has an ass smooth as window glass, I'm in heaven. That's the kind of skin I might rate a 10, no, 11. I like them smooth, smooth as the sand in the Bahamas, or like your hand on silk pajamas. That's what I have to see. If he's the boy for me.
It's like having even one sexuality manufactured and packaged up and sold to you like a hamburger.
Don't I have the right to be turned on or off by whatever I prefer?
That's the point precisely. I submit to you that you have relinquished this right to the pornographers. They are the ones who have constructed this artificial lust for these hairless mannequins.
And I submit to you that there are plenty of hairy men out there if you want them. Bless their hearts. Haven't you ever heard of bears? Maybe you ought to go join one of their clubs or dens or whatever they call them and go frolic about with them, naked in the woods. I like them smooth, smooth as a feather on a goose's, like nylon socks or chocolate mousses. That's how they've got to be. I like them smooth, smooth as the moon upon the parquet, be like a spoon upon the parfait, and you're the guy for me. How I love to glide on some hairless hide. It's delightful, but I'll give the air to some unpruned hair. Think it's frightful. They must be smooth as Fred Astaire at some cotillion. A teenage girl with a Brazilian. That's what I have to see. If he's the boy for me.
Bears. Back in my day, we used to just call them fat old hairy men. I have to hand it to them, though. It's one of the most brilliant marketing campaigns ever devised. Still, seems like such a feeble response to a plucked and depilated existence.
Like a slip and slide, a toboggan ride on the ice is. Skin like peach meringue, men like pink champagne, so what paradise is.
Bitch, please.
I want them smooth, smooth as the smoke from a Cubano, smooth like the heat from a puplano. That's what I have to see. If he's the boy for me, if he's the boy for me, if he's the boy for me.
Oh, whatever.
What's your problem?
Clearly, you are beyond reform on this score. Anyway, at the least, I suppose, it's a trend that might be reversed. Quite unlike all those tattoos you children are always marking yourselves up with these days.
You know, I was wondering when we might get around to that.
I knew you hated it because you've said nary a word about it.
What? Oh, you must mean that thing on your arm, I suppose. Sorry. Charming, darling. Just charming.
Oh, come on. You gotta admit, it's kind of hot.
Hot? I'm sure I can't imagine what you mean.
Oh, you know. Rebellious. Bad boy.
Oh, yes. That's so you, all right. Still, I fail to understand what's supposed to be so rebellious about something that everyone and his mother have made utterly commonplace.
Bullshit. You would bend over in a heartbeat if some inked up top daddy might pay you some attention. I've seen your anonymous ad on Craigslist under casual encounters. I'd recognize that fat ass anywhere, with or without a face pic.
Preposterous! Preposterous! If a picture of my ass exists on Craigslist, the only explanation is that someone stole a picture of my superior ass and posted it as their own. Monstrous.
Whatever. I don't suppose you might mind helping me break down this bed. I mean, unless you're too busy with the latest issue of Physique Pictorial.
God, are hazmat suits provided?
Just don't breathe.
Oh! Oh!
Would you look at that? Isn't that horrific?
Stained with memories of happier times. I'm sure I don't see why the hell you didn't just ask one of your darling little Mexican boys to help you with all of this today.
And just who did you have in mind?
Oh, you know, that little skinny twink Jorge, or Hey Whore, or whatever his name is.
It's Jorge. Besides, I couldn't possibly bring that innocent young man here to sort through all this depraved shit.
Oh, I should have known. Good God, you really are a closet case, aren't you?
What? You mean you actually thought?
Yeah, delusional, aren't I? Imagining you might have possibly been craving some sort of intellectual companionship from me this afternoon. But instead, all you wanted out of me was my brute strength.
Oh, really, Miss Lily? I am certain we have quite exhausted any remaining remnant of intellectual intercourse. I mean, I'm rather certain that I can prepare a quiche Lorraine on my own now without any further instruction from you.
It's my goddamn finishing school, isn't it? And you are far from graduating. Not nearly accomplished enough to face the demanding world of being certifiably queer. On the other hand, maybe I should very well take on a few promising new students, since my tutelage with you has proven to be such an abject failure. How to say this nicely without having offended? No offense is intended, but darling, you're so conventional, to put it more precisely. You've acquired affectation, but without inspiration. Well, precious, you're one-dimensional, though my intent here is not to be critical. You'll pardon me if I'm too analytical, though that's hardly the word that applies here. What the hell is there to analyze here? But what would my advice be? Like yourself, it's quite simple. Seems at least you've a dimple. So smile, dear. I'm sure it's not intentional, but how conventional you are. How conventional you are. Fuck me.
Perhaps the problem is an outdated curriculum. Nothing you've ever taught me has gotten me laid, not even once. And as disappointed as you are in my generation, just wait till you get a hold of the ones behind mine.
Oh, that reminds me. We need to have a talk about your Facebook page. Don't mean to be imperious, but did you really like McDonald's on your Facebook page? My dear, you can't be serious. Your recent update said you liked Velveeta still, and then shared with us a photo of your lunch. Last week, your favorite song was Margaritaville, and your favorite TV show's The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
My dear, your favorite show's the Brady Bunch?
You know, sometimes you remind me of one of my exes in a way. Though, of course, he was much more attractive. Oh, and as bright as he was beautiful. In grad school at Duke, whose campus I used to cruise. Well, he was an excellent student. Anything they instructed him to learn, any test he had to take, well, he would ace it. He was required to take some sort of music appreciation class, apparently taught by some moron, who assigned him to listen to Holst's The Planets. And like the excellent student he was, applied himself to the task and became quite fond of it. Oh, yes. Quite fond. Well, it wasn't long until this poor boy had accumulated a dozen or more recordings of this hellish piece. Over and over again, I had to hear it and listen to him go on about how grand it was. I soon learned to despise it. And yes, despise him for never venturing anywhere beyond it. The man never taught himself how to fucking learn. To this day, Holst the Planets is his entire experience of any music that he doesn't hear on some goddamn radio. You're like that. Yes, you can prepare a quiche Lorraine exactly as I've instructed you, and do so every blessed time you invite me for brunch.
I thought you liked my quiche. I've always insisted.
Well, naturally. It's either that or bologna sandwiches. You've nothing else.
Yet frankly, it's alarming, but we'll let it pass, dear. Thank God for your ass, dear. Just keep standing. I'm sure it's not intentional, but how conventional you are. How conventional you are.
I'm conventional? Well, that's a laugh. When you're the walking, talking, breathing, well, barely breathing, gasping, pansy stereotype of your generation! Ha!
Perhaps so. But just what has been your response to it all? With your standardized rebellion? All of you with nary an original thought, interest, or dissenting opinion apart from your tribe. And all the while congratulating yourselves on your bourgeois rebellion. Peasants. Peasants all with your shitty tattoos, your shaved crotches, and pierced tongues. Desecrating everything refined and beautiful you're all too lazy to understand. It's like I live in a world now where Mozart never existed, where art is someone's shit hurled onto a wall. And astonishingly, you imagining you're free. Free! Well, you're not. You're bound up. Bound up like slaves to mediocrity and convention and fucking cell phones.
Well, that's all very interesting coming from someone who so longs for the enlightened days when everyone went about calling one another Mary. Tell me, who is that old queen, the one who's lately never seen without her yawn? She's so affected. You know, the one who's on the skids, the one who screams at all the kids, get off her lawn! So disrespected. She was flawless way back when. Think she still is now and then. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, say the sky is blue. She'll lash out at you. No one's faster. Very, very mercenary. She strikes at the heart, regards it as an art, and she's a master when she's aflame and takes good aim with her arrow. Her poison dart soon finds its target, your marrow.
You don't have to tell me. She's utterly ridiculous.
Mary, Mary, seems so airy, never has confessed that she's just depressed, that life has passed her, has a very old canary, keeps it in a cage, and despite its age, might yet outlast her.
Keeps her teeth beneath the sink in her kitchen. There they sit till she has a fit to go bitchin'. But Mary, Mary, quite contrary, you don't fool a soul. Your life on the whole is disaster.
Scary, scary, faded fairy, spending all her day watching things decay neath falling plaster.
Who'd have guessed when autumn pressed into winter? No flower would bloom in that frigid tomb she would enter.
But Mary, Mary, quite contrary, all she's left are thorns. From that faded rose she mourns. From that faded rose she mourns.
Hateful!
Oh, you know I don't mean it. Actually, I'm full of admiration for you, Miss Thing. The rest of us merely make a pretense at rebellion. But you, your whole existence sticks it to the man.
I don't know if you mean a word of that. But it's to your credit if you do.
You just don't have to be such a snob about it. Not all of us had your advantages.
Advantages? I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, what I would presume is your exposure to great art, literature, music.
Hardly. You know, I really have no earthly idea how I could have possibly acquired any taste for culture. Trust me, any of it that came my way was purely accidental. But recently, I've been thinking that, well, of all things, it might have been that movie.
Movie? What movie?
The Sound of Music.
The Sound of Music. You mean that ridiculous musical with the singing nuns and the Nazis? You can't be serious.
And just who is being the snob now? If you weren't there, how can you possibly begin to understand it? It was a different world. We didn't just drive down at the spur of the moment to some wretched multiplex in your t-shirt and blue jeans next to some Burger King or across from a Walmart to experience this. Oh no. You had to plan. They made you plan. You had to buy tickets in advance, make reservations. That's right, make reservations to go see a movie. We had to travel all the way to the capital city of Raleigh to see this. It was only playing in this one virtuous theater in Raleigh, the Chosen One. And on this important occasion, one had to dress up. Dress up in the clothes that you only wore on Sundays, like you were going to church. And as we arrived at the theater, they gave you an envelope. Oh, that's right, an envelope with your tickets in it. Tickets with that swooping logo, The Sound of Music. And you know what else? They were selling programs, deluxe, full-color souvenir programs for this movie. For a movie! Oh, I'm certain I could not have been more than 8 or 9 years old. And from my hick existence, could have no earthly idea that I was about to undergo a life-shattering, transcendent experience. Well, anyway, you handed your tickets to an actual uniformed usher. That's right, I am not making this up. An actual usher who escorted you to your seats. And of course, the theater was filled. Every precious seat with persons like ourselves, with washed faces and combed hair and in some variation of their Sunday clothes. And then the lights lowered, and without warning, it all began. Gray mist on the mountain tops. Something elemental. The dawn of creation. And then, what's this? Why, yes, we were flying. Flying over jagged peaks and dangerous rocks. And when all of a sudden, we all suddenly gasped together at the sudden horrific perspective of cliff giving way to the deep valley below. Oh, we could hardly watch this thing through our fingers. Oh. Do you know what all of this was? Do you? Well, I'll tell you what this was. This was 70 millimeter Todd A.O., widescreen, state-of-the-art, stupendousness like you've never imagined. We were drifting over the most enchanting scenery, alpine meadows, fairy tale churches, when at once we seemed to be coming in for a landing, perhaps. In the distance, there was a person strolling across a grassy mountaintop. Closer, closer, and then, yes, she does the most extraordinary twirl of ecstasy, arms outstretched to embrace it and us. Oh, this glowing, divine, clean, virtuous young woman. And at that moment, she begins to sing the most beautiful hymn anyone had ever heard, all about music and nature and, well, God. And in a voice that was as clean and as pure as the very nature she was singing about. Oh, it was love at first sight. We had been seduced and done in by this. Who is that? Who is that? Julie Andrews. Oh, we all felt it. Then the song ended, and she and ourselves were awakened to the real world, the world where we were anxious to learn her story. And then she ran off down the hill, and the opening credits began to roll. And at that moment, everyone realized just how right we were to come to this thing, to dress up, to take all the trouble, because, well, this thing was just wonderful, worthy. Oh, well, the years have rolled by, haven't they? I've seen a scratched up, washed up print at a drive-in, then on television, mercilessly cut up with commercials for deodorants and toilet bowl cleansers. And I've seen it as I've grown older, more cynical, more critical, resentment of the now obvious manipulation. And now, even older, perhaps wiser, more forgiving. But I don't suppose anything will ever replace or compare to that glorious original roadshow engagement at the now demolished Ambassador Theater in Raleigh, North Carolina. If I watch it now, and on occasion I do, well, to really enjoy it, I try to find that 9-year-old boy again who I once was. It's easy enough. It always seems to magically materialize, to accompany me whenever I watch this picture.
I guess I'll have to rent it.
Not necessary. I noticed it when I first walked in the room.
What do you know? Still, I should warn you that musicals and I are not on the best of terms. I think it has something to do with my ex. I hate musicals, loathe musicals. I hate boyfriends as well. My ex and his sister's fanatical, found this failing in me problematical, 'cause they loved musicals, and they made life a hell, as they forced me to watch every one of them. And now I'm in favor of none of them. They dismissed me as dull and prosaic, but I know when a thing's formulaic. Oh, a boy meets a girl, and a girl meets a boy, and an orchestra starts to play. That's why I hate musicals, and I'm hating them still today. So the boy likes the girl, and the girl likes the boy, and they sing what they ought to say. So if I hate musicals, might I possibly not be gay? With their would-be Mahler and their Technicolor and the aid of some throng, they proceed to overstate every intimate detail in song. All I know is that he kisses the girl and she kisses the boy, then they throw in a dream ballet. That's why I hate musicals, so come take my gay card away.
Funny how persons like you, who insist on realism, have no issue with the artificiality of the invisible fourth wall, where an audience is essentially a peeping Tom. Nor do they object to the symphonic underscore that generally accompanies all of their so-called realism. But do carry on.
So he loses the girl, or she loses the boy, and the whole thing begins to fray. That's why I hate musicals, 'cause I know every damn cliche. 'Cause he gets back the girl, and she gets back the boy, and they promise to never stray. That's why I hate musicals, 'cause love never breaks that way. For in life, no chorus is assembled for us, urging lovers along. Only bitchy sisters with their barbs like blisters at each thing that goes wrong. All I know is that the boy dumps the girl, or the girl dumps the boy, and the sisters take vows and say, oh, the man hates musicals, and we knew it would end this way. Yes, the man hates musicals, and we knew it would end this way.
Well, if we aren't distracted any further, we may be able to knock this out before it gets too late. And I'll just drop you off at your place and hurry on.
Oh, no need. I was planning on dinner. I've got like this new...
Can't. Looks like I just scored on Craigslist. That one.
Oh. Well, whatever. I mean... you want to ruin your night with love and all. So glad I'm no longer in that game. Just in time, too. I don't know that I could reconcile myself to this new approach to love. Ordering up tricks on your telephones, like a pizza. You were just like my ex. Always chasing some fresh piece of tail. Nothing else on his mind, and you're just like him. Typical. We may as well face up to it. If it hadn't been for your association with myself, I don't think you ever would have watched a movie in black and white, listened to a fucking note of music that you didn't hear at some discotheque, or distinguish a quiche from a pot pie. I made you.
How old are you now, Miss Lily? 60-something?
Well, I'm sure I don't know why that's supposed to be relevant.
I must have known you for 20 years or so at least. When I first met you, you were still somewhat attractive. And you were making money. Money enough to buy whatever you wanted.
Did it appear that way? It's hard to remember. Seems I remember buying you a few trinkets.
I was a fucked up kid back in those days. Barely stepped out of my closet. My parents disowned me, threw me out of the house. I don't know where I would have turned had you not taken me in.
Well, you were a very attractive young man, and I had a couch going to waste.
Couch to you, but a home to me. I went away for a couple of years, and then you went away for a couple of years, and when I finally encountered you again, it had all changed. Your looks had totally vanished. Your circle of friends had disappeared, and you had retreated into this bitter, ghastly isolation. Who the hell did this to you?
I was dumped. Too late. What can I say?
Dumped by whom?
The world entire.
Hell, it's you who have dumped the world entire. Now there's only me.
It's true. You simply won't leave me alone. And I'm sure I don't understand why. Are you hoping to inherit my things so that you can sell them at the market someday? Is that it?
Gee, thanks.
For Pete's sake, Mary. Don't you understand? I'm currently living what amounts to a posthumous existence.
I don't even know if that's possible, Mrs. Stone. I don't know why you just don't go ahead and die already.
Well, I've been trying, God knows. I really should sue that damn R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company. Their products do not seem to work as advertised.
Well, there are far more cost-effective solutions. Plenty of bridges around. Gravity's dirt cheap.
No. Apparently, I must have signed up for the full ride. And it's not quite midnight, is it?
It's bullshit. You're afraid. Like everyone else.
Terrified. But you know, I figure it can't be that difficult to do. It must be quite simple, actually. Easy. After all, old sick people who can hardly do anything else succeed at it every day without even trying. No. It's something else. Something else that makes it all so difficult to contemplate.
Nobody wants to leave the party. The band's still playing the song I most adore. And in the shadows there's someone I hope to have met, but somehow never got the chance. Nobody wants to leave the party. while there are couples still gliding on the floor. It seems a pity to leave while there's laughter as yet. And I've not finished with the dance. I'm sure I only got here a brief moment ago. Why do we have to hurry on? There's people here I was only beginning to know, who dreamed I'd be going home alone. Nobody wants to leave the party, yet there is something compels me to the door, and I can hardly pretend that I have no regret to leave without my big romance. Though the laughter about me will go on without me, nobody wants to leave too soon. Why does it have to end so soon? Why does it seem so late to me? They're still serving at the bar. Why is it time won't wait for me? Such an impatient thing you are. Why can't we linger here a little while we may? But no, you're such a tyrant that must always have your way.
So all this is trash then?
Oh, those are all of his personal things. Photographs, birthday cards.
Well, then I'll load these in the truck and take them to a dumpster. I know one behind the dollar store we can use.
Oh, well, I assumed we were going to maybe drop these things at his family's place.
Well, he has no family that I'm aware. We just have to throw it in the trash.
Well, that's a bit harsh, don't you think? Throwing all of this in the trash and with it every trace of the man?
He has no family, no children, no lover, not even a friend that I'm aware. Unless you want it.
Oh, no,
I certainly don't. I'm gonna go start the truck.
Nobody wants to leave the party, yet there is something compels me to the door, and I can hardly pretend that I have no regret to leave without my big romance. Though the laughter about me will go on without me, nobody wants to leave too soon. Why does it have to end so soon?
Time to leave now, Mr. Hearn. Time to sleep.
No, I mustn't sleep. It's a waste. No, I want to hear that song again. That song about time. A man needs a hobby, some innocent pastime for whiling away the hours. A man with no hobby falls prey to a fast time of lust and its evil powers.
Round every corner, Satan's temptations lurking. That's when a man might turn to his fine woodworking. That's why a hobby is something that I like, 'cause it's good for a man to have. A man needs a hobby to practice at leisure, or when he can spare the time.
To take in one's own hand his innocent pleasure is hardly a federal crime.
With some activity one's pursuing gaily,
Some sort of lovely thing one is doing daily. Some fine occupation that aids circulation is so good for a man to have. It's so good for a man to have.